Yes, respected sadhakas, shrotas, lokasevakas, dharma samsthapakas, guru shishyas, and bhagavad bhaktas, and tattva jignasus, samsara mumukshus. The ones who want to have the moksha from samsara. Feel the presence of Parabrahma everywhere, salute. Feel the presence of Ishvara everywhere, salute. Feel the dynamic contribution being done by all Adhisthana Devatas. Who will give us darshan if you do really the Upasana? Salute them. And in the seen gross form and in an unseen subtle way. The grace continuously flowing in the form of teachings of all the Guru Parampara, the Gurus, the Acharyas, the Guru Tattva. Salute. Last but not the least, the ever available, the treasure of knowledge, giving us all the four Purusharthas, in which we are the seekers of Chaturtha Moksha Purushartha, the great, grand, glorious our Sanatana Dharma Shastras. We are into the study of this great Smruti Grantham, Yoga Vasishtha Maha Ramayana Shastra. In this, before Sri Rama, Sri Vasishtha Samvada of all Prashnottaris, through that all knowledge is to be gained to clear every of our doubts and to know everything regarding sadhya sadhana. Before all of that is taken up, to prepare our minds as if the initial portions of Sri Vishwamitra Dasharatha Samvada and all, in which also so many beautiful Vyavaharika things as a human being, how we have to deal with so that our lives are less miserable, faulty, more joyful and correct. We are learning them. We are into the seventh sarga. In this, Vishwamitra ji, now having thanked, praised Dasharatha ji, he tells his problem of Rakshasas every time whenever he is doing yajna, coming and filling the entire land with the flesh and blood and all the negative things and disturbing the Yagnashala. So he wants to have the yajna successful. So to seek the help he comes. He says, send your Jeshtaputra Rama, who is so powerful. And to his own Vikramata, I will also add all my tapashaktis to him. So that there is no doubt regarding his ability to finish all those Rakshasas. And two things, he can finish all of them. One, second, no one other than him can stand in front of these terrible Rakshasas. So therefore, send him. And last point we saw was, don't be in that Putra Vyamoha, because of which if you do the adharma of not sending him, then it is only a bad spot to you, kalanka to you. So therefore, Dasharatji on Kaikeyi's request or demand or the boon, sending Rama to the forest, that was not first time. Much before she asked, already Vishwamitraji came and asked for Rama. So Dasharatji had the earlier experience of sending his son to the jungle. But that was with the Guru and his protection first time. This time all alone. Along with that, the daughter-in-law and another son, they also go. And he also by that time became old and all. Therefore, those pains. I'm just telling the future story. So, earlier also Rama was sent. This is what. So, this portion of final few shlokas of Vishwamitra ji asking with all prema, all sankalpa, mhm, Sri Rama to be sent. Practically, we देखा जाए, this is a training to Rama when he is going to become a king as to how he will have to travel everywhere and eliminate all the dushta and protect the Sishta Yagna Adi. Like any of the chief minister, prime minister, cannot sit only in the parliament assembly all the time, PMO. No, he'll have to go to the nook and corner of every state of the nation, see what is happening, what is to be done, how dynamic are our politicians. देखो, हम तो ये एक जगह बैठ के सुबह शाम बस लगाते हैं सत्संग ही, but do we have that stamina, dynamism, that rajasam to go all the way to any place? And they go, and again suddenly appearing in parliament. How tough it must be for those human beings. I feel so pity too for those great our political leaders, whichever the party they belong to. It is a struggle. हाँ, in the heart little more purity, more देशभक्ति, more honesty, वो तो और अच्छा है. वो हमारा प्रारब्ध है. If we have good प्रारब्ध as total citizens of the nation, good leaders only come like we have now. But then their struggle. Here also, the Rama is trained for all that. So life is always, remember, learning, training, preparing, performing, achieving, sharing with others, again learning, again training, performing, achieving, offering it to the Lord, sharing with others. Again life is start to learn, prepare, and perform, achieve. That is how it has to be. At ours, for us, you and I, the learning is that of spiritual knowledge. Training is of spiritual sadhana. There is no outer performance, it's inner only. And in this achievement, the sharing can be only to tell others too that this is beautiful. This spiritual knowledge and living up to it is tough in the beginning days, no doubt. But as we are entering into the groove of it, track of it, it is most fulfilling. We know from what level of outer and inner wrongdoings and frustrations we have traveled to the outer and inner right pure doings and joys. Don't we feel joyful for our morning evening class? That instead of sitting in front of TV newspaper, we are studying Shastra itself. That is an achievement. Coming from that to this track is a great achievement. And more intense we become day by day, no doubt, knowledge will become more and more. We have our God, Guru to pray to. They will also bless us whenever we are falling, faltering, failing. They are there to lift us up. These things we can share with others. Ki, please you to come. So life is that way. Learning, practicing, preparing, practicing, training, performing, achieving, offering to divine, sharing with others. So this is what is topic. Let us see. Om 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 Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhetamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Namo Brahmadibhyo ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् ओमापदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं वाल्मीकेर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति परां गतिम्. Friends, Vasishtha Pranama, Vishwamitra Pranama, Valmiki Pranama, Shlokas. Yesterday I have sent you in WhatsApp. Can you see, open it? Chant along with me. ॐ यद्वाक्यामृतपायिनां प्रतिपदं सत्यं सुधानीरसा यद्वाक्यार्थविचारणादभिमतः स्वर्गोऽपि कारागृहं यद्वाणी विशदात्मपूर्णमनसां तुच्छं जगत्तूलवत् तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। यस्यार्षं प्रथिता जगत्त्रयहिता सा वेदमाता परा यश्चक्रे तपसा वशे सुरगणान् यत् अन्यत् सिसृक्षुर्जगत् तं बोधाम्भुनिधिं तपस्वि मुकुटालङ्कारचिन्तामणिं विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहम्। श्रुत्या ब्रह्मैव रामः प्रकटितमहिमा येन तस्मै वसिष्ठः यः सीतां ब्रह्मविद्यामिव सदसि पुनः सत्यशुद्धां किलादात् यद्वाणी मोहमूलं शमयति जगत् आनन्दसन्दोहदोग्ध्री तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भावैर्नताः स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकाययः कारुण्यादुद्दिधीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरपि कलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। वशिष्ठ, विश्वामित्र, वाल्मीकि, राम स्मरण is there in 4 shlokas. ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। परं ब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मभक्तियोगधर्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री वशिष्ठ महर्षे नमः। श्री विश्वामित्र महर्षे नमः। श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षे नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोध श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहासोक्त भगवद्भागवत ऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति शांति एकता पुरोवृद्धि अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापने निश्चित अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां सदा पूर्ण विजयार्थम अनेकानेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री राम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं गुरूणां देवतानां कृपया मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम श्रीमद् वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणं प्रथम प्रकरणं निर्वाण प्रकरणं शांति प्रार्थना मंत्राः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शन दृश्य भूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे अवनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। अथ सप्तमः सर्गः। So we are seeing from 17th mantra quickly. 17, 18, 19 we have seen. Once more he says, Vishwamitra ji to Dasharatha ji, after asking for Rama, after assuring of empowering Rama, after expressing his faith that Rama will be victorious, and telling the Rajas, Dasharatha, Sai, and also Bhagavan Rama. Like Anaratagata Dharaha, Jaladasya Pansavaha. So Anaratagata Dharaha Jaladasya. Like the clouds continuously pouring the rainy water, they are called cats and dogs. Sometimes you can say buffaloes and bulls only. In such pain comes a Pamsavaha, the dust particles that are hanging in the space. When they stay there, they'll have to come down only. Such will be the power of Rama, his arrows, they are like dust particles, they can be eliminated. Having this way said, now what is that which halts Dasharatha from sending Bhagavan is his own Putra Prema Sneha. Fear may not be there, anything will happen to Rama, all that, but the Prema, when Rama is not near, then that Ananda will not be there, no? That attachment. Therefore, for that also Vishwamitra gives answer, Nacha Putra Krutam Sneham Kartumarasi Parthiva. So Putra Krutam Sneham na Kartumarasi, he Prutha Parthiva or Raja. Don't be attached to that Putra. You know, Dasharatha's only problem in life is he was cursed by those parents of Shravana Kumara that you also will die with your own Putra Viraha Dukha. That is there, na? So here he says, don't be attached. Then, natadasti jagati asmin yat nadeyam mahatmanam. Another thing we have learned exhaustively yesterday to the great Mahatmas. There is nothing we should not give. Anything, everything what they need or ask, we should give because they will only bless us with multifold of the things only. These two things are clearly understood. One is Putrakruta Snena should not be. Then Mahatmanam Nadeyam. So these are the two things which bind us to samsara. One is attachment to the vehicles, second is attachment to the things. Isn't it? So directly only Vishwamitra ji hinting to all of us that Vastu, Vyakti, Asakti is the one with which we miss to do the great punyas, etc., sadhanas. So here, Vishwamitra ji coming as if only to take away these attachments from the Shri. We can learn like that, feel like that. Then, Hantanunam Vijanami Hatanstan Vidhi Rakshasan. So once you agree at Rama, it is understood, accepted, taken for granted that the Rakshasas are finished. Same way, we have to create our children, grandchildren, or students in any school and college in such a manner that they grow not to become Rakshasas to the society, but they grow to be so powerful individuals to eliminate the Rakshasas of the society. Dekho, beautiful, isn't it? A huge band of thousands and lakhs of people, preferably retired ones, have to be trained by the government on its own expenses to teach the children of school and college 10, 15, 20 minutes package talks of inspiration regarding one side Desha Bhakti, second side Sanatana Dharma Bhakti. Why not? India is Hindu nation, it has to be. More than these two, third one is the values, positive. Imagine a scene in your heart wherein these brand of huge number of senior citizens going to college, school, and 15 minutes they are addressing. On what's happening in the outer world, negative, what is the cause? For that, the inner cause, what are the negative? in the hearts of our children. Isn't it? It was like that in our childhood, little before that and all that. Our teachers were teaching us along with the subject. Every teacher used to teach us kuch na kuch values. I remember my teachers teaching them. You also remember. Now, academic pressure इतना हो गया, teacher themselves are in self-sufficient नहीं है, problem हो रहा है. इसलिए train these people. Not online. Nobody looks at online. You just see the Mahatma's talks on online. 10 views, 5 views. But look at the movie cinema, lakhs and lakhs. Crores of people watch it. Then where to go? How to do that? Physically go into the school, college where they are available. Mandatory. That's it. We don't teach any negative or biasness. The open, free, pure values we teach. Isn't it? So Rama is so powerful. Vishwamitra ji says, I am confident the Rakshasas are eliminated. Nahi asmadadaya prajnyaha sandigdhe sampravruttaya. People, prajna, wise people like us, don't perform or behave or express or live with doubts and questions and dilemmas. So, what are the possible doubts, questions, dilemmas? Without which, with full confidence, is Vishwamitra ji? One, he wants to do the yajna. Second, it is for the Loka Kalyana. Third, the Rakshasas are disturbing, therefore they have to be controlled, eliminated. There's no doubt in this him about regarding this. Somebody should be very powerful who can do this job. In none of these things, Vishwamitra has doubt, confident, and he looked into who is there. In him, there's no doubt that Rama can do, Rama will do. By this, the future Rama alone will be made famous. And what can be a question? The power of Rakshasas can be little more. What's the problem? I have all my tapashaktis. I will give it to Rama. Undoubtedly, he will be victorious. Isn't it? Therefore, I am not having any doubt regarding the goal for which I came to you and the power of your children and my assurance that they are protected or Rama is protected. कोई भी संदेह नहीं है इसमें. So, don't do sandeha of any sort from your side too. Again, this one is what? Faith and confidence. That story of that mother when her 14th son also died in the Yuddha, then she is crying. Yuddha for the nation. 14th son died. Then others asked, why are you crying now? How can you be attached to this 14th fellow when you didn't cry for all the 13? She says, I'm not crying for the 14th fellow died. I'm crying why I'm not having or I didn't have 15, 16, 17 children. Now, dekho, what is the height of that mother ready to train and sacrifice children for the sake of dharma nation? And what is our stupid thing? Like buffaloes, we feed our children and don't have dareness, courage even to tell them once to do some satsang, do some seva. What a buzdil kamzor. We are the biggest enemy to our children in this way. Isn't it? No guts, no courage to tell them. See the difference? And no guts to stop them from any nonsense also. Such an attachment, such a weakness. In this regard, I really love, respect, salute my father Baba. He never was attached to us in any way. Kiko. Every day, somebody will have kicks by him in our house. He had his four younger brothers, three younger sisters, and we are so many children. किसी ने कोई डंडा पड़ेगा ही. Because whatever the wrong we do to train us, teach us, that's it. Never have seen him even become little emotional about any one of us. That way, attached. What really, that needs from how many lives he might have studied Shastras in the company of saints and evolution. Isn't it? We should have that type of feeling. I must have such children who listen to me and I tell them what is Dharma, what is seva, what is moksha, isn't it? ऐसे एक बेटा भी हो तो बढ़िया है, दो है तो 100 बहन लाइक धृतराष्ट्र, कोई गल सुनता इसने क्या है बाबा. So Vishwamitra says, Aham Veddi Mahatmanam Ramam Rajiva Locanam. I know Rama is Mahatma, not an Alpatma, in any of his powers, abilities. Vasishtha Mahateja, not only me, the Vasishtha the Mahateja, he knows, and Echanye Dirgadarshinaha. Even other Dirgadarshi, Jyotishyas, every one of them know the greatness of Rama, उनका ज्योतिष चक्र सबने पढ़ लिया है, and they also know when Rama is sent with me, it will be bhala to Rama only. Take the help of them, consult them, etc. In this way, yadi dharma mahatvam cha yashah te manasi sthitam. In your mind, you have value for dharma. In your mind, you have the mahatvakanksha. And in your mind, you want to sustain your yasha and doesn't want the apayasha to happen. Tat mahyam samavipretam. That mahyam to me samyak avipretam, my desired thing, that is atmajam datum arhasi. You desire to send your atmaja putra Ram. Dharma, mahatva, and yashaha. These are the three things again Krishna tells Arjuna during that Gita, second chapter. Doing that yuddha is your dharma. That's why dharmyadhi yuddhat ksheya kshatriyasya anya navidyate. This is dharma yuddha. Then second one is called the mahatva. When you really fight the war, if you win it, you are enjoying the kingdom. You establish dharma. If you lose, you go to Swarga only. Hatava prapsasi Swargam, jitvava bhokshasi mahim. Mahatvakanksha. Third one is what? Yashaha. You don't win the war, you will be humiliated by every of the Kauravas. That he ran away looking at us. Akirtim chabimutani kateshanti aveyam. Sambhavitasi prakiti varnadadricha bhayadranadu vartamam sante. Tvam mahartaha. All of them say that you have ran away out of fear. Therefore, get up and fight. Isn't it? Hindus को पता नहीं कहाँ से कमजोरियां आ गए. Only now they are becoming strong. Yesterday, today I was listening to that parliament things, etc. How powerful was Prime Minister. डोरी ने मुंह पे बोल रहे हैं, रियली मजा है देखकर कितनी हिम्मत आ गई करके. दूसरे बस सर झुकर बैठे. We are not speaking lies. We are speaking truth with evidences. That way. Then he says, Tat mahyam sam abhipretam atmajam dhatu marhasi. My abhipreta desire is send your son, so do that one. Then Dasaratrasya me yagnaha. My yagna is 10 days, 10 nights. Okay, Yasmin, during the 10 days of yagna time, Ramayana, by Rama, Raksasaha antavyaha vignakartaraha mama yagnasya vairinaha. You know, the Vigna doing Rakshasas, the enemies to such a dharma karma, yajna karma, these Rakshasas have to be eliminated by Rama in those 10 days. So, doesn't gai yagnatha. So, Dasharatrasya me yajna yasmin Ramena Rakshasa antavyaha vigna kartaraha mama yagnasya vairinaha. Vayagnasya vairinaha vigna kartaraha Raksasaha Ramena antavyaha, they have to be killed or eliminated. Okay. अत्रापि अनुज्ञां काकुत्स्थ ददतां तव मंत्रिणः वसिष्ठप्रमुखाः सर्वे तेन रामं विसर्जय. So अत्रापि अनुज्ञां काकुत्स्थ ददतां. So therefore give the order. To whom? Mantrinah Vasishtha सर्वे. Give to the mantris to prepare Rama to send and request Vasishtha ji to give permission so that leave Rama for me. Rama Visarjaya, Ram ji ko chodo mere liye. Then very important shloka. Next one. This is a Subhashita. Wonderful it is. He says, Karyam Anuapi. Karyam Anuapi. The work is very small. But Kale tu Krutyametat Krutyam Krutam Eti Upakarata. काले तु कृतम एति उपकारता. है ना? See, work is very small, but when it is done at the right time, it does Maha upakara. छोटा ही काम काले किया जाए, like during Corona and all, taking vaccine, एक मिनट का काम, छोटा ही काम, you go walking, that's it, okay. Maha upakara. That from that infection, that suffering, that dying, from all of that we are saved or not. तो imagine वो छोटा है काम करके छोड़ दिया मानो, then it would have been calamitous. All Indians were so intelligently careful, therefore we could save ourselves from such a terrible pandemic. Otherwise 140 करोड़ आबादी कुछ भी हो सकता था. Example like that anywhere. Work, even though it is small, when it is done at right time, it saves or it serves a big purpose. काम छोटा समय पे किया जाए, बहुत बड़ा उसका फायदा होता है. Hundreds of examples. समय पे किया जाए. Then महदपि उपकारः, it's a big work, good work, yet रिक्ततामेति अकालतः. At a wrong time done, it is rikta, it is empty only, it is useless. Like somebody is dying out of hunger. Do chapati bhi do, that is Maha. But the other time, he is well established in his position. That time, you may give him 10,000 rupees or so much of food. Uska kya fayda? See that Subhashita? Therefore, being sensitive of where we are needed in the world, in a small work or big work, do it. Afterwards, even if you want to do, you may not get the opportunity. Even if you do, no use. The two famous examples are our own friends, relatives. When they are in some trouble, problem in the hospital, हम उस राइट टाइम में जाकर इंक्वायरी करके कैसे हो, मैं हूँ, तुम्हारे साथ कुछ चाहिए क्या, these three things, isn't it? When is healthy and hale and heart, you want to go and help him, कोई जरूरत नहीं है हमें. But that time is important. Another is parents, our own parents. When they are alive, small obediences, small little seva to them, tolerating even sometimes unjustifiably they may scold us, seemingly. Alpa upakar, theek hai, my parents. I accept it. Do you think today's youth do that? Papa, tumko pata nahi, tum chup बैठो. But how much dukkha it gives to those parents. And kalko they died, after that, even if you want to do any seva, they are not available. Some are the very selfish youngsters, the henpecked type of youngsters. Even then also they don't regret. That is a gone case. They can't be taught by us in the sacred class. They are good for nothing. We can't take their example also. उनका चेहरा भी सामने नहीं आना चाहिए. Forget about them. There are some. Nowadays, Kali Yuga, because of Bhayankara Dhanadaha ityadi and attachment to Bhoga, and attaching to someone whom they get attached for some nonsensical reason, they discard parents, they put them in old age homes, they don't even care them, they throw money, being in America, putting them. Array, you may give 50,000 to put mother, father in that old age home, but they won't. आप think क्या है ना, थाली तो दोनों जगह से मारने से बचती है ना. His parents also is coming out. That they don't want to compare of children, grandchildren. They want privacy. They want to see TV, enjoy movie. चलो बेटा ठीक है, तो सुधर रहो, ऐसे भेज, मैं करूँगा. How many hundreds, thousands of Vruddha ashramas are flourishing in India? Some are charging 70,000, 80,000 per day. NRI stay there. privacy के नाम पे. That joy of being children, grandchildren, doing the festivals together, loving each other, together going to temples, pilgrimages. काय का है? Once in 4 years they come from America. That also 3 weeks fixed. Return ticket में बुकड़. और 3 हफ्ते तो वो क्या है ना आधा तो जेट लैग में चले जाते आधा दो चार शॉपिंग में चला जाता है रिमेनिंग द पैकिंग एंड गॉन वेरी विचित्र लाइफ हाउ टू व्हाट टू नेम इट एंड ऑल इट इज योर चॉइस है ना सुपरविजन लाइफ कहो शो ऑफ लाइफ कहो है ना मीनिंगलेस डेप्थलेस लाइफ यू में से क्या भी बट उससे भी मजेदार जी सकते हैं so these two things in time serving even little it is more especially with your servants and all वन डे छुट्टी मांगा दे दो इज इन अर्जेंसी 1 महीने का सैलरी ज्यादा दे दो डोंट क्वेश्चन you know the small beings they are this is a big thing for them we have 1,000 times more than that we misuse it in so many places small ये तो पूरा जिंदगी भर याद रखेगा anyway so I have come to you for this help 10 days only Rama is capable of finishing them तो ये अल्पोपकार है तुम्हारे तरफ से बट इसका फायदा बहुत ज्यादा होगा इन द एंटायर हिस्ट्री बुक्स टुमारो फॉर टुमारो इट विल बी हिस्ट्री फॉर नाउ इट्स फ्यूचर द रामा's glory will be there in it the work which is not required at that time even it's a big thing done उसका कोई फायदा नहीं है so महदपि उपकारः अपि रिक्ततामेति अकालतः it is empty only when it is at a wrong time therefore इति एवम् उक्त्वा having this way spoken dharmatma the one who is atma is dharma itself dharmartha sahitam vachah the words of dharma and artha means meaningful the meaningful and righteous words having spoken virarama mahatejasvi Vishwamitra ji has just kept quiet he has withdrawn stopped talking speaking Vishwamitra munishwarah so munishwarah dharmatma Vishwamitrah dharmartha sahitam vachah iti evam uktva that Mahateja Virarama. So became quiet having spoken. Oh, then Dasharatha can't answer immediately. So Shrutva vachaha munivarasya. Okay. Having heard the words of the Munivara Vishwamitra ji, Mahanubhavaha is Mahanubhava Dasharatha ji. Tushnim atishtatu. He just kept quiet for some time. Upapanna padam savaktum. Just preparing himself to talk to the Sabha, especially Vishwamitra, the right words. He was preparing in his mind. No yukti yukta kathanena vina iti tosham. So, so no yukti yukta kathanena vina iti tosham dhiman apuritavanaha avimatascha lokaha. Any dhiman purusha without thinking by talking or doing something which is less qualitative, they don't become happy. They are happy, contented by talking correct words, by doing correct things. Even it calls for a little bit of contemplation thinking. Isn't it? जल्दबाजी में कर दी कुछ बोल दी फिर दुखी हो गए. Instead of that, wait for some time, gather yourself, think, decide, and speak and do such a glorious thing, which first gives you the contentment. So that's how he kept tushtim for some time, contemplation. It's an art. We need not be in a hurry in deciding things, unless if they are emergency, very emergency. बाकी जगह take 1 or 2 minutes, pause, gather all data information, give chance to the intellect. You know why in our Indian courts cases are pending for such a long time? Because quick decision you can't take. You have to take data from both of them, think and IPC ये वो बहुत लंबा होता है. वही है तरीका भी वही है. जल्दबाजी में कोई रॉन्ग डिसीजन ले ली न्याय व्यवस्था में किसी को भरोसा नहीं रहेगा. Yesterday I was listening in the financial court cases that are pending are around 6.3 trillion worth of rupees. ऐसा मैंने कल देखा पढ़ा मैंने. 6.3 trillion money is in that court cases. Variety of property disputes, smaller than the smallest of the property dispute between two brothers, वहां से लेकर the bigger than biggest, trillions of rupees worth money is in the litigation. क्या कहते हो? I don't know technical terms. Undecided किसको प्रॉपर्टी जाना चाहिए, लटक रहा है बस. Like that, thousands of people are there whose pensions are not released, whose loans are not approved. बहुत चलता रहता है, you all know. That's okay. उसमें क्या है, थोड़ा जल्दबाजी करना है. लास्ट अगेन 3-4 days बैक जुडिशियरी को भी थोड़ा, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने भी थोड़ा सा झटका धक्का दिया, कहते हुए जल्दी करो, तय करो, निश्चय थोड़ा सा स्पीड अप करो. Isn't it? The other day I was happy when somebody in that UP Jnanavabi case applied to the High Court. They said, Supreme Court, High Court में जाओ, उधर जाओ, सीधा बताना इधर. No obligation, unnecessary. So he being a Mahatma, a wise person, who is just in Tushni Bhava because he doesn't want to feel regretted for his wrong words spoken or decision taken. Therefore, to enjoy the fulfillment of doing right thing, speaking right thing, he took a pause. So, Shrutva Vachaha Munivachasya Mahanubhavaha Tushtimatiஷ்ठतु Upapanna Padam Saha Vaktu. No Yukti Yukta Kathanena Vina iti Tosham Dhiman Apurita Manaha Abhimatascha Lokaha. Without that correct speaking or action, he will not be satisfied. That's the dignity. Pujya Gurudev has worked in this regard for a lot. I have to start learning at least now, so that after 100 lives at least I will learn it. Thoda sa. In what way if spoken Shastras are received by the people? Lot of inquiry research he has done. First, he has decided about the language. Only English I speak, international language. He knows Tamil, Malayalam, he knows Hindi. No. Mother tongue hai ek, second is the official language. Hindi is not national language, only official language. So, first language decided. Then accent learned. Hiding is very terrible Malayali accent, which is different. इतना पानी पीते वो लोग उनके शब्दों में कुछ सारे. But then how accent? How many books he must have studied? How much he must have practiced? For years together. Every performance was a practice to him. Every practice was a performance. The vocabulary, the books studied, every of the English poets' books he has studied. Prepared himself. That's how people, those who never used to understand that sublime wisdom of Vedanta, so only used to come to listen and enjoy his talk. उनका accent, उनका vocabulary is way of that shoulder laugh, the example, उनको enjoy करने के लिए आते थे लोग. And after him, hundreds of these now were Mahatma, Sadhu, Santa, they have learned from him, copied from him. Gurudev was really pioneer in this thing. In preparing himself to do and speak such, where there is no regret in the future that I spoke something unacceptable or did something. It's powerful it was. There are hundreds of examples I can give in different occasions. Dasharathji, like that, iti Arshe Rishi Prokta Vaashishtha Maharamayane, in that Vaashishtha Maharamayam, Valmiki given to us by Valmiki Rishi, Vairagya Prakaranam, the first Vairagya Prakaranam, VISHWAMITRA Vakyam Nama, the words of Vishwamitra named Saptama Sarga, seventh Sarga, concludes. So, done. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now let us chant the Ashtama Sarga. Sorry. Om अथ श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री वशिष्ठ रामचंद्र संवाद रूप योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणम प्रथम प्रकरणम वैराग्य प्रकरणम अष्टम सर्गः ओम वाल्मीकिर्वाच ओम तच्छ्रुत्वा राजशार्दूलः विश्वामित्रस्य भाषितं मुहूर्तमासीत् निश्चेष्टः सदैन्यं चेदमब्रवीत् ऊनषोडशवर्षोऽयं रामो राजीवलोचनः न युद्धयोग्यताम् अस्य पश्यामि सह राक्षसैः इयमक्षौहिणी पूर्णा यस्याः पतिरहं प्रभो तया परिवृतो युद्धं दास्यामि पिशिताशिनाम इमे शूरा विक्रान्ताः भृत्या मन्त्रविशारदाः अहं चैषां धनुष्पाणिः गोप्ता समरमूर्धनि येभिः सहैव वीराणां महेन्द्रमहतामपि ददामि युद्धं मत्तानां करिणाम् इव केसरी बालो रामस्त्वनीकेषु न जानाति बलाबलम् अन्तःपुरात् ऋते दृष्टा नानेनान्यारणावनिः न शस्त्रैः परमैर्युक्तः न च युद्धविशारदः नवास्त्रैः शूरकोटीनां तज्ञः समरभूमिषु केवलं पुष्पखण्डेषु नगरोपवनेषु च उद्यानवनकुञ्जेषु सदैव परिशीलनम् विहर्तुमेव जानाति सह राजकुमारकैः कीर्णपुष्पोपहारासु स्वकास्वजिरभूमिषु अद्य प्रतितरां ब्रह्मन् मम भाग्यविपर्ययात् हिमेनेव हि पद्माभः सम्पन्नो हरिणः कृशः नात्तुमन्नानि शक्नोति न विहर्तुं गृहावनिम् अन्तः खेदपरीतात्मा तूष्णीं तिष्ठति केवलं सदा रहसा भृत्योऽहं तत्कृते मुनिनायक शरदीव पयोवाहः नूनं निस्सारतां गतः ईदृशोऽसौ सुतो बालः आधिनाथ वशीकृतः कथं ददामि तं तुभ्यं योद्धुं सह निशाचरैः अपि बालाङ्गनासङ्गात् अपि साधो सुधारसात् राज्यादपि सुखायैव पुत्रस्नेहो महामते ये दुरन्ता महारम्भाः त्रिषु लोकेषु खेददाः पुत्रस्नेहेन सन्तोऽपि कुर्वते तान् असंशयम् असवोऽथ धनं दाराः त्यज्यन्ते मानवैः सुखं न पुत्रो मुनिशार्दूल स्वभावो हि एष जन्तुषु राक्षसाः क्रूरकर्माणः कूटयुद्धविशारदाः रामस्तान्योधयत्वित्थम् अयुक्तिरेवाति दुस्सहा विप्रयुक्तो हि रामेण मुहूर्तमपि नोत्सहे जीवितुं जीविताकाङ्क्षी न रामं नेतुमर्हसि नववर्षसहस्राणि मम जातस्य कौशिका दुःखेनोत्पादितास्तु एते चत्वारः पुत्रकामया प्रधानभूतस्त्वेष्वेव रामः कमललोचनः तं विनेहत्रयोऽप्यन्ये धारयन्ति न जीवितं स एव रामो भवता नीयते राक्षसान् प्रति यदि तत्पुत्रहीनं त्वं मृतमेवाशु विद्धि माम चतुर्णाम् आत्मजानां हि प्रीतिरत्रैव मे परा ज्येष्ठं धर्ममयं तस्मात् न रामं नेतुमर्हसि निशाचरबलं हन्तुं मुने यदि तवेप्सितं चतुरङ्गसमायुक्तं मया सह बलं नयम् किं वीर्या राक्षसास्ते तु कस्य पुत्राः कथञ्च ते कियत् प्रमाणाः के चैव इति वर्णय मे स्फुटं कथं तेन प्रकर्तव्यं तेषां रामेण रक्षसां मामकैर्बालकैर्ब्रह्मन् मया वा कूटयोधिनां सर्वं मेषं स भगवन् यथा तेषां महारणे स्थातव्यं दुष्टभाग्यानां वीर्योत्सिक्ता हि राक्षसाः श्रूयते हि महावीर्यः रावणो नाम राक्षसः साक्षात् वैश्रवणभ्राता पुत्रो विश्रवसो मुनेः सचेत्तवमखे विघ्नं करोति किल दुर्मतिः तत्सङ्ग्रामे न शक्ताः स्मः वयं तस्य दुरात्मनः काले काले पृथक् ब्रह्मन् भूरिवीर्यविभूतयः भूतेषु अभ्युदयं यान्ति प्रलीयन्ते च कालतः अद्यास्मिन्स्तु वयं काले रावणादिषु शत्रुषु न समर्थाः पुरः स्थातुं नियतेरेव निश्चयः तस्मात् प्रसादं धर्मज्ञ कुरु त्वं मम पुत्रके मम चैवाल्पभाग्यस्य भवान् हि परदैवतं देवदानवगन्धर्वाः यक्षाः पतगपन्नगाः न शक्ता रावणं योद्धुं किं पुनः पुरुषायुधि महावीर्यवतां वीर्यम् आदत्ते युधि राक्षसः तेन सार्धं न शक्ताः स्म संयुगे तस्य बालकैः अयमन्यतमः कालः पेलवीकृतसज्जनः राघवोऽपि गतो दैन्यं यतो वार्धकजर्जरः अथवा लवणं ब्रह्मन् यज्ञघ्नं तं मधोः सुतं कथयत्वसुरप्रख्यं नैव मोक्ष्यामि पुत्रकं सुन्धोपसुन्दयोश्चैव पुत्रौ वैवस्वतोपमौ यज्ञविघ्नकरौ ब्रूहि न ते दास्यामि पुत्रकम् अत नेष्यसि चेद् ब्रह्मन् तदहतोऽस्म्यहमेव ते अन्यथा तु न पश्यामि शाश्वतं जयमात्मनः इत्युक्त्वा मृदुवचनं रघुद्वहोऽसौ कल्लोले मुनिवत संशये निमग्नः नाज्ञासीत् क्षणभिनिश्चयं महात्मा प्रोद्वीचाविव जलदौ समुह्यमानः इत्यार्षे श्रीमद् वासिष्ठ महारामायणे वाल्मीकिये वैराग्य प्रकरणे दशरथ वाक्यं नाम अष्टमः सर्गः ओम शान्तिः 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 ओम श्रीराम शरणं मम श्रीराम शरणं मम श्रीराम शरणं मम श्रीवशिष्ठ शरणं मम श्रीवशिष्ठ शरणं मम श्रीवशिष्ठ शरणं मम श्रीविश्वामित्र शरणं मम श्रीविश्वामित्र शरणं मम श्रीविश्वामित्र शरणं मम श्रीवाल्मीकि शरणं मम श्रीवाल्मीकि शरणं मम श्रीवाल्मीकि शरणं मम श्रीरामायण शरणं मम श्रीरामायण शरणं मम श्रीरामायण शरणं मम श्री सद्गुरु शरणं मम श्री सद्गुरु शरणं मम श्री सद्गुरु शरणं मम श्रीराम शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः श्री वशिष्ठ महर्षये नमः श्री विश्वामित्र महर्षये नमः श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षये नमः श्री सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. Friends, in this eighth sarga Dasharatha ji, tells first about the Sukumarata, the very small age, and all other weaknesses, etc., about Rama. And how can such Rama fight with the Rakshasas? First thing he speaks about it. Second thing he says, I will come with Akshavini Sainya to fight with those Rakshasas and help you. Third thing he talks about Rama's present position. He's in such a Vairagya sthiti. That's how this topic started. when Rama was not eating food, not playing, not going to Sabha Mandapa, not going to any of the forest, not talking to brothers or anyone. He was so much aloof, na? And that's how they were all worried. At that time only Vishwamitra ji came. So that position of Rama, he speaks to him. And finally he says, anything I can give, but not sending my son to you. I cannot live live without him. And in between he also says, I heard about Ravanasura. If he is the one who is doing all this to you, please know for certain that I cannot help you. The Karadushanadi Rakshasas, even Ravana, I can't defeat because each one will have their own time of power. Now it is their powerful time. I can't do anything. Means I can't help you. I may fight war, I may die, but I may not be able to help you. So that means Dasharatha knows about Ravanasura and his power. Ravanasura is a very big thing. He is interested in the defeat of the Dikpalakas, Lokapalakas. Others are accepted defeat without fighting only. So these are the five prasangas that are there in this eighth sarga. Final decision is I will not leave him. If you take him, I can't be alive. I will die only. So the putra vyamoha of Dasharatha. And he justifies. He gives five, six examples and says, among all of them, anything, everything can be given up, but not the attachment in the putra, even in any of the animals also. It is sahajam, natural, he says. And what we have to learn is with that pure love for children, bring them up. For that, that attachment Bhagavan gave. Not for getting attached so that you also suffer and you don't allow them to grow. Now, have we not studied this one in our Aitareya Upanishad? है ना? Interesting that Dvitiyam Janma ke badu, Prathamam Janma is sowing seed in that Stri. Dvitiyam Janma, he is born. After that, what is done by the father to that fellow? He teaches everything. And in the beginning only, Shruti Mata says, this is how the creation, toward the end it says, all these Dvitiya, Tritiya Janma are told are happening only for the continuation of the human life. That's it. There's nothing to do with moksha here. Do you remember we studied 100 days back when we were studying our Aitareya Upanishad? ये मोक्ष के लिए नहीं, मोक्ष सब त्यागना पड़ता है, न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन त्यागेन सुपुत्रेषण वित्तेषण लोकेशनायाश युक्ताय भैक्षचर्याम च. वो तो अल्टीमेट है. दशरथ इज नॉट इवन एट दैट लेवल. ही सेज आई कांट लिव. ही सेज उसके बिना तो मैं ना खाना खा सकता हूँ, ना सो सकता हूँ, मैं जी सकता हूँ. So only one lesson for the day is this one in this context is even if you get Bhagavan himself as son, still you can be attached to the Bhagavan son and then can be a samsari to suffer. It is whether your son is your Bhagavan or Haivan or Divan, कौन है बात नहीं. How are you attached? That decides how you suffer. Think about it. Bhagavan Krishna is not attached to his 100 children or his thousands of children. His 16,000 into 10 he had, and in grandchildren, great grandchildren. When the rishis gave a curse कि मुसल आएगा इसमें से पैसर, you kill each other with it. कृष्णा डिड नॉट बिकम हताश. हे ऋषि मुनि लोग, आपने क्या श्राप दिया, आप मेरे को श्राप दो, मेरे बच्चों को, मेरे यादव वंश को. नहीं, he did not say, he just accepted. And he witnessed the finishing of Yaduvamsha. No attachment to anything. Thousands of wives, thousands of children, grandchildren. By the time he became 125 years age, at that time he left, according to one calculation. What a huge parivar he was. Do you know when he left this world, not even a driver was next to him. वो एक ही था, दारू का ढूंढते आया. वहां ने कहा उनको, चल मुक्ति दे रहा हूं तुमको, जा ये करो साधना. He has sent him. He was all alone under the tree. We see only one aspect of the great avatars and saints, not the other. like Puja Gurudev. The roaring aspect of him we see, the dynamic, but how compassionate, tender, loving, of like him, all mothers put together, only few have seen that aspect of Gurudev. Bhagavan Krishna also. Detached, chale gaye bas. So these are the topics. So just we'll start. Om Athashtama Sargaha Shri Valmiki Ruvacham. Valmiki is writing or telling to Bharadwajaji as well as that Raja Arishtanemi. Tat Shrutva, having heard this Raja Shardulaha, the tiger of all the kings, Vishwamitrasya Bhashitam, all the words of Vishwamitraji, having heard Muhurtam Asit Nischeshtaha. For a Muhurta Kala, he was Cheshta Rahita. Then sa dainyam cha idam abravit. Then he entered into the dinata, the helplessness and all. With that dainya bhava he spoke. Like आप लोग मुझे भी धमकी देते हो ना. When I tell them, send your children to class. तो हम जी हम उनको बोलेंगे ना तो हमको भी जाने नहीं देंगे क्लास में. Then I have to agree. Otherwise you also will not come. उनका एक ही शर्त था, तुम जाओगे करना है कर स्वामी की क्लास में, हमको कभी नहीं बुलाना. यही तो शर्त था. प्राण जाए पर वचन न जाए. Isn't it? Dainyam. And I also become Dina. चलो ठीक है क्या करें. तो he was in the Dainyam से idam abravit. With दीनता कि ऊन षोडश वर्षोयम एक कम 16 साल. So he's in 15 only. Rama at that time. Ramaha Rajivalochana lotus eyed. Na yuddha yogyatam asya pashyami. I don't see any ability in him to do the yuddha. That also saha rakshasaihi with rakshasas. So rakshasaihi saha युद्ध योग्यताम अस्य न पश्यामि. व्हाट इज योग्यता. 15 साल में वो क्या करेगा लड़ाई राक्षसों से. Therefore इयम अक्षोहिणी पूर्णा is a complete one अक्षोहिणी सैन्य. एक अक्षोहिणी में 1,05,950 ऐसे कुछ सैन्य होता है. Then chariots, elephants, horses of some number of 600, 950 ऐसा कुछ है. I have the details somewhere. That is called one Akshavani. I told you that time in Gita, 11 Akshavani is Kauravas, 7 Pandavas. ये हमको देखो वो इतना बड़ा सैन्य से पांडवों ने लड़ा. You know, one Balram and Krishna, only Krishna, fought 17 times with Jarasandha. Every time Jarasandha brought 23 Akshavani सैन्य. और कितना पॉपुलेशन होगा उसमें. It is written in Bhagavatam. 23 अक्षौहिणी सैन्य लेकर 17 बार आया. भगवान defeated him. And you know that Kalayavana brought 3 crores of सैन्य. 3 crore, 3 koti, koti trayam. All alone Bhagavan Krishna finished. What a power. So, Taya Parivrata, Yam Akshohini Purna, Yasyaha Patihi Aham Prabho. I am the Lord of this one Akshohini Purna Sainyam. Taya Parivrataha. Surrounded by them, Yuddham Dasyami Pishitashinam. With those Rakshasas, I myself will fight. Then Imehi Shuraha. These are very Shuravira Vikrantaha. Lot of Yuddhas, they didn't one. Bhrutyaha. They listen to what I say. Mantra Visharadaha. They're experts in proper thinking, deciding. Then Aham cha Esham Dhanushpanihi Gopta Samravurdhani. I also will be there with Dhanurbana in my hands, protecting them, and together we fight and finish those Rakshasas. देखो, in Indian army or our defense forces, till this present government came, so much of feeling in them that encouragement, inspiration is not given to them. Suppression only. एक मत करो मत करो. The new government came, थोड़ा सा freedom दिया, salary hike करा दी. Go and attack, surgical strike. खत्म. क्या मजेदार था वो scene. It was really memorable, enjoying. So too now, how much of the डिफेंस हमारा तीनों का बढ़ रहा है, पूरा देश एंजॉइंग, देर ऑल बिग ऑफिसर्स आर्मी वाले, जो भी आप आर्मी चीफ ऑफ स्टाफ का हो, थोड़ा उनको दे दो भाई फ्रीडम, भाई उनको इंकरेज करो, ट्रस्ट करो उनको. डोंट अंडर एस्टिमेट. सैन्य को उत्साह बढ़ाना. यू नो, मैं तो समझता हूँ कि ये जो हमारा प्रधानमंत्री है, ऐसे 10 लोग होना चाहिए देश के लिए. One is addressing defense, another addressing internal home ministry, another is addressing the education system, others addressing the business class, others guiding the teaching class, others the technological, others guiding the senior citizens, other children, so others are guiding the mothers at home. We need everywhere continuous empowering of knowledge. Empowering by giving the knowledge. निरंतर चलता रहने, ज्ञान प्रसार प्रवाह more essential than inhaling and exhaling, because inhaling exhaling gives life, but what gives meaning to the life is knowledge. Otherwise, what is the use of living life? So then he says ebihi saha eva viranam mahendra mahatamapi tadami yuddham mattanam karinamiva kesh. Even if the Yodhas are more powerful than Indra, with them also मैं challenge करूंगा with these my powerful Akshavini Sainya. No fear at all. I will come. But Balo Ramahatu. Rama तो बाला है, छोटा है. अनिकेश न जानाति बला बलम. He doesn't know the bala of all the Sainya etc. Antapura dhrute dushtva anena anya ranavanihi. He was always stuck to the Antapura and the enjoyment, the gardens, the playthings. This only he has never seen the Rana Avani, the Rana Bhumi. Therefore, na shastraihi paramair he is not trained in big weapons. Na cha yuddha visharadaha. He doesn't know the intricacies of the yuddha. Nava astraihi, nor he does know the using of the astras. शस्त्र इज जो हाथ में पकड़कर युद्ध करते हैं, अस्त्र जो थ्रो करते हैं. सो द खड्गा गदा दे आर शस्त्र, ऑल धनुर्बाण दे आर अस्त्र. दैट इज ब्रह्म अस्त्र कहते हैं इसको, ब्रह्म शस्त्र नहीं. सो टू आग्नेय अस्त्र, हाथ में पकड़कर नहीं लड़ते, उसको छोड़ देते. अस्त्र आर मिसाइल्स एंड ऑल. सो नवा अस्त्र ही शूरकोटीनां तज्ञः समर भूमिषु. सो सो न शस्त्रैः परमैर्युक्तः न च युद्धविशारदः नवास्त्रैः शूरकोटीनां तज्ञः समरभूमिषु. Then how can he face such a terrible Rakshasas in the Yuddha? And then Kevala Pushpakhandeshu. And he was only amidst all the flowery gardens enjoying. Nagara Upavaneshu cha, small little Upavana around the Nagara. In the Udyanavana, he goes for the Vihara. Udyanavana Kunjeshu. Sadaiva Parishilanam. With his 3 brothers, he goes, enjoys that picnic and all. Vihartum Esha Janati, Saha Rajakumara Kaihi. With his 3 younger brothers and so many other brothers, Rajakumara, only this much. Kirna Pushpopaharasu, Swakasu Ajirabhumishu. Only in these places and the most Ajirabhumi and Ajira Bihari. And that Gana is there, na Mangala Bhavana Mangala Hari. Dravajo Dasharatha Ajira Bihari. ये ओनली आंगन में घूमता है, ज्यादा से ज्यादा उद्यानवन में जाता है, खेल के आता है. What are you talking about युद्ध? एंड नाउ राइट नाउ तो और भी बिगड़ा हुआ हालत है कि अद्य तो अतितराम ब्रह्मन मम भाग्य विपर्याम. राइट नाउ तो एब्सोल्युटली अनफॉर्चुनेट आई एम कि हिमेन एव पद्मावः. When the lotuses are hit by the snow, even in the ponds, how they become shrunk. In this way, Harinaha Krushaha, my son, dear like Rama, is Krusha Dina Avastha. अब तो और भी सिचुएशन बदतर है. Is so much in a withdrawn mood. मैं अभी बताऊं बेटा जा युद्ध कर. अरे so this is how this chapter continues. Tomorrow we will conclude. See that. Then thereafter, how having discussed with Vasishtha and all, he comes to the decision to send etc. कल देखेंगे. सर्वम रामार्पणम. All that how we have to understand is how in our own mind we are attached to things and beings. That's why dharma moksha we are not able to do. Hmm. We have to rise above them. In doing dharma, the world is saved or served. In trying for moksha, we are liberated. For that only we have come. Attachment to artha and kama and attachment to all sambandha bandhavya through whom we get some laukika temporary sukha is not the higher way of living. Choice is ours. One can have million lives living at artha kama level with attachment to things being. That's their choice. Some rare ones slowly shift from there into the track of dharma moksha. You and I are given that chance. So some beginning has started. That we are being trained in all this Shastra Jnanam. How do we receive it and all? And use it and get totally convinced about it is in our hands, our effort, Guru Kripayana. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. बोल श्री रामचंद्र भगवान वशिष्ठ भगवान. ओम न तत्र सूर्यो भाति चंद्र तारकम नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति उतो यमग्निः देव भान्तमनुभाति तस्य भासा सर्वे नारायणाय दाशरथाय विद्महे नमो ब्रह्माय मंगल. बोल सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. श्री वशिष्ठ महर्षि की जय. श्री विश्वामित्र महर्षि की जय. श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि की जय. श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्र की जय. समस्त ऋषिमुनि गुरुदेवता परम्पर की जय. समस्त श्रुति स्मृति पुराण इतिहास शास्त्र की जय. वेद व्यास सुखदेव सूतादि भागवताचार्य की जय. वेद व्यास वशिष्ठ वाल्मीकि रामायणाचार्य की जय. योग वासिष्ठ हिरण्यगर्भ कल्पतंत्र व्यासादि योग दर्शनाचार्य की जय. वेद व्यास वैशंपायन याज्ञवल्क्य आदिशंकर इतरेय मंडूक गौड़ पादादि ब्रह्म विद्याचार्य की जय. बोलो भाई सब सुंदर की जय. सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. आज के आनंद की जय. नम पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव हर. सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंदा गोविंद. जानकी जीवन स्मृति राम. समस्त श्रोता भक्त साधक सेवक उपासक जिज्ञासु धर्म संस्थापक गण की जय. भारत माता की जय. सनातन धर्म की जय. वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृति की जय. आध्यात्मिक जीवन की जय. ओम श्री राम. By this, you can learn nobody's life is just like that, smoother, simpler. Everybody will have to go through the toughnesses. But if you are prepared, nothing is tough. Unprepared, smallest thing also tough. So that shackles of inner weaknesses, of not wanting to learn, not wanting to perform, not wanting to achieve, those things you have to break open and come out. Shena iva jalasa niradiyam. See that Vamadeva. Like that.